morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of my wonderful and juicy and delicious little subscribers out there. And how I love you all so, and I hope that you're all super duper well, super duper wonderful and super duper delicious. And that life is treating you so deliciously wherever you are in the world. So what do you do? 3, 2, 1, my juicy little lights. Thank you, little lights. You're delicious and bright. Yes, they are, aren't they, my little lovelies? Oh. Okay, my delicious little babies now then. So I do have some pieces. Where have I put my blooming pen now? Oh, I think it's in the kitchen, my delicious little babies. Not to worry anyway. I'll remember what I've got to say. And there's only 2 pieces today, my delicious little babies now then. So it's just after 5 p.m. In our old England, my delicious little babies, okay? And I hope that you're all super duper well and that you're taking care of yourself and trying to take care of others, okay? Because we are in the most bonkers, crackers and crazy world, okay, my delicious little babies? Now then, so we've got slightly lighter nights, okay, my delicious little babies? So still very chilly, the other side of Brum, apparently they're going to be having snow. Well, I know that area very well because I used to live not far from it. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't want the cold weather over there, okay? Because it does get really bad, you know what I mean? And you cannot travel. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes, anyway. So, yeah, so that's what's going on. So it's still super duper cold. My delicious little babies, of course, it's been raining for most of the day, so there is no surprise, okay, my delicious little babies. Now then, yeah, we're hearing a lot about, it's called USAID, you know, USAID, okay? Yeah, I mean, there's an awful lot of uploaders, my delicious little babies, who are covering this, okay? And to be perfectly honest, I'm not sure why some, not all, but why some would be surprised at this, my delicious little babies, because I'm not surprised. And anyway, there we are New Year's ago that there's only certain, you know, who run things now. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies, okay? What my question is, okay, is while all of this is going, there we are, while all of this is going on, okay, my delicious little babies, because I've been noticing a pattern here and a theme, okay, my delicious, there we are, little babies, okay? While this is going on, there is something, there we are, else going on, okay? Because as we very well know, there are a lot, there we are, because there are, my delicious little babies, okay? More than we know, there we are actually, okay? Who are not very happy with what Trouble Trump said, you know, about Gaza, and there we are, and to do with, you know, that, you know, for them to turn it into some kind of poxy, like I said, Riviera. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Okay, so could this partly, I'm only just, you know, using my noddle here, okay, so could it partly, why all of this is come out now then, okay? Could this be partly because, I'm sounding very much like Peter the Parrot, be because at the end of the day, they're trying to, there we are, take the heat off somewhere else now then. There we are. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies, okay? Because it's all over the BitChute, my delicious little babies, okay? So there's not many pieces of news today because, again, you know, when they run with one thing now then, okay, it seems an awful lot who do the same, okay, my delicious little babies, okay? But for myself, I only listen, there we are, to certain channels. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes, but no, none of this has surprised me one bit. Not at all, my delicious little babies. That's what I wanted to say. So I caught a taxi the other day, my delicious little babies. So let's change the subject now. Let's flip over, shall we? Okay. And I was saying, and he was an older, so he was an older Asian taxi driver, my delicious little baby. So he would remember, you know, back in the 80s, you know, the music and everything. So we happen to be talking about, you know, what's going on in the world and everything. Yes, okay. Because, and that doesn't mean no, because the thing is, you see, is that it's really interesting because I've always said the best ones to talk to, there we are, are taxi drivers, my delicious little babies, do you see what I mean? Because they find out many things now, do you see what I mean, okay? Because you must remember, you know, they pick up, you know, all different types of walks of life, do you see what I mean? Anyway, but yeah, so we were just, you know, agreeing on certain matters, my delicious little babies, and I'm hearing it, there we are, more and more and more. And the taxi drivers are fully aware, there we are, of what's been going on, my delicious little babies, okay? And they too are not happy. Some taxi drivers have said to me that, yeah, they said, you know, there is, everybody knows, somebody, there we are, who has been very sadly affected by this, my delicious little babies, okay? Anyway, so I said to the taxi driver, I said, do you remember this song, taxi driver, right? Because he started laughing, he did, bless him, he did, you know, because he knew, he said, I know that song, yes, okay? And the song is, what do I do if I want to get through to you? No matter how I try, you always keep me waiting. Anyway, he burst out laughing, the taxi driver did, right? And I said, do you remember the song, taxi driver? He said, yes, I do, okay? But what was most important, and I did explain this to him, okay, which is what I'm now explaining to your beautiful selves, my beautiful little babies that you all are, is that it's the video, there we are, which is important. You can find it on YouTube, and if you just type in please and thank you into the old space bar, what do I do? That's the song, okay, my delicious little babies, okay? But the video that you're looking for, if you scroll down, I never wrote it down, I'm sorry, because I'm just adding this in, okay, is the one where they're pushing the car. So they're pushing the car, and then he then jumps into the car, you know, so you got someone driving, and then he jumps into the car, yes, okay. Then it goes on to where he goes into a shop, and he's showing like a vinyl record, my delicious babies. And who's that flipping, what's his name, Tony Blackburn? He's in it, my delicious little baby. He was a DJ, wasn't he? Is it Tony Blackburn? Anyway, you'd know who he was, okay? But it's so, there we are, jam-packed in that small, there we are, video, my delicious little babies. It's very telling there we are, very telling indeed, my delicious little babies. Do you see what I mean, okay? And I do believe, I'm pretty sure, it does that go back to 1984 or something like that now then, okay? But I just sort of mention it, okay? But yeah, the taxi driver, yeah. Because you see, when I talk to a taxi driver, I have a good old natter about everything, my delicious little babies. Do you see what I mean, okay? Some of them are talkative, and others are not so talkative. Do you know what I mean? It's like you can get into some cars, and let me tell you, they're absolutely sparkling, they're banging. Do you see what I mean? The cars which I do not like are the ones that are, but luckily for myself, I do not really have a problem, sorry, I never needed to stumble there, a problem or an issue, okay, because usually the cars, when you get in, they're super duper clean, and they smell delicious, do you see what I mean, yes? But of course, we go back years ago, I mean, you used to have taxi drivers that, oh gosh, they used to pen and ink, oh, it was so bad, you know what I mean, and to be honest with you, my delicious little babies, and I wasn't being a catty or a bitch, but, you know, I said, you know what? I said, your car stinks. I did, my delicious little babies. And there was a few times in my lifetime where I said, no. I said, I know you've come to collect me. I said, but I'm going to be calling the your office back. I said, because I cannot sit in a car that's dirty like that. I said, and where, you know, you stink now. Do you know what I mean? Okay. There was one who I told. I did tell him, my delicious babies, and you know what? And he said, do I really smell, honestly, this was years ago, he said, honestly, he says, do I really smell that bad? And I said, I'm so sorry to have to tell you, but yes. I said, you know, the beer, I said, that is just a stench that's unreal. And not only that, but, you know, like your nostrils, it's like it's up your nostrils, do you understand what I mean, okay? Anyway, but you know what? He said, I'm going to go home and have a shower. I said, that would be a very wise thing to do. Do you know what I mean? I said, because you're dealing with the public. You know, I said, they cannot sit in a dirty car, and they cannot sit smelling that sweat. I mean, that was worse than sweat, my delicious little baby. I mean, you know, like how you have some sweat, because everybody sweats, you know what I mean? But like, you know, you have some sweat and sometimes it can smell rather sweet, you know what I mean? But no, not that. Okay, my delicious little babies. But no, these days it's, there we are. They take a lot of, there we are, pride in the cars. Do you see what I mean? There we are. And that's a really super duper good thing to see. Do you see what I mean? Anyway, but mind you, I mean, the amount of ka-ching, you know, that they have to pay for, you know, everything just to be on the road. Do you know what I mean? My delicious little babies. Of course, they're just more, aren't they, who get ripped off very sadly. There we are. Okay, my delicious little babies. But yeah. So there's that. Now, I was talking today to another mechanic, my delicious little babies, okay? I don't know what's going on lately, you know. Keep bumping into, there we are, car mechanics, my delicious little babies. And anyway, he was telling me, right, that, you know, when he was talking, he said, with a petrol car, because we were talking about cars, you see. He said, with a petrol car, he said, anything over 50,000 miles, he said, is SHRT. You know, I'll say shart. Do you see what I mean? I said, yes, I agree. I said, I prefer, there we are, diesel any day, there we are, of the week. Do you know what I mean? Because I was even saying to him, I said, well, with diesel, I said, you can even go up to 250,000. He said, yes. He said, that's correct. Do you see what I mean? And I said, and I was telling him about, you know, when I was talking to another mechanic, and I said that he was saying, the previous mechanic, he was saying that these newer cars now are getting so hard to repair. And he said, yes, but you know what he said? You know what he said to the new cars, Martin? She's like, but he was a guy, just one word, shart, SHRT, he said. Do you see what I mean, Martin? She's like, I said, yes. I said, if you go back to like the old-fashioned, you had the Morris Minor, you had, what did you have then? Was it 70s, 80s? What? Anyway, you had the Cortina, you had the Capri, you had the Escort, you had the Ford Sierra. I think you had the Ford Sapphire as well. Okay, my delicious little babies. There's lots of different cars. But the way that they were made, there we are, was solid. Absolutely solid. So say, for example, if they got into an accident or very sadly had a crash or, you know, something terrible like that, the car would take the majority, there we are, of the impact because it was built solidly. Do you see what I mean? These days, the smashes, because sometimes I see it, you know, like on these recovery truck things, and then you see the smash and it's like they go like that. And I was telling the mechanic, and he was laughing when because it's the way I said it. You know, I said it's just like this. We were talking about Lego electric cars as well, my delicious. But I said, no. I said, I wouldn't want to be living next to one of those. I said, and not with one of those epoxy flipping electric points. He said, no. His word to that as well, my delicious little baby. His one word was SHRT, you know. He would use, you know, I say shart. Do you see what I mean? Okay, he doesn't like them either, my delicious little babies. And anyway, and I was talking to him, and I said about the diagnostics machine, okay? And I said, well, what did mechanics do before? You know what I mean? They never used decades and decades ago. They never used a diagnostics machine, my delicious little babies. Do you see what I mean? Anyway. But thankfully for this dear man and the other man who I spoke to, they're both, there we are, super duper busy, really busy. Do you know what I mean? Okay. And I said, no, I said, nothing can ever, there we are, in a million years beat the old cars. Even I prefer the old Jaguars. I prefer the, even if you go back, there is a Mercedes that I see from time to time. And what year was it? It was an Emirates, it's a really old car. Okay, my delicious little babies. But even, it may not be like the most wonderful shape or something like that, okay? But for myself, you could bet your bottom dollar, there we are, that runs far better than the newer Mercedes, my delicious little babies, okay? And I had a Mercedes, and let me tell you something, it was a flipping nightmare. Do you understand what I mean, okay? And it's all this flipping electric business, all the bloody electric windows and everything else, you know what I mean? Why can't ones go back to the old-fashioned days where you just wound the window up or wound it up or wound it down? Do you know what I mean, my delicious little babies? Do you see? But those old cars, and every now and again, you know, just like the old-fashioned Jag, the same, delicious little babies. If you look at the old-fashioned, even Rolls Royce, you know, not that I'm into them, I'm just saying, the old-fashioned Rolls Royce, like, I've seen a really old-fashioned, when was it now? It was about a month ago, the really old-fashioned Land Rovers, my delicious little babies, not the new ones. I'm talking about, there we are, the old ones. Something, I feel, has gone completely wrong, my delicious little babies, okay? You see, all of these cars now, they look all nice, you know, to some, all nice and shiny and delicious, do you know what I mean? But I do not feel that they're worth the ka-ching, ching, ching that one's paying. No, I do not. No, I do not. And look how many years, if you haven't got the ka-ching, ching, ching ever-readies, you know what I mean? If you haven't got the ever-readies to pay for it, you spend years then, there we are, having to pay monthly to buy the damn car now then, do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies, yes? So yeah, I like to get onto these, you know, these conversations, my delicious little babies. And I'll tell you just another quick story. So many moons ago, years ago, right, I used to live somewhere else anyway. And anyway, and I used to live by an island, okay, my delicious little babies anyway. And what had happened was, that's when my beautiful little Lacey was still alive, bless her. Oh, how I love her so. Anyway, I love all my beautiful little babies, all my little sons and daughters, you know what I mean? Anyway, and so somebody, like a little crash had taken place, okay? And I thought, how can I help them, you know what I mean? And the driver was very stressed, do you know what I mean, okay? I went and spoke to both of the drivers because I happened to see what happened, and I walked across the road, you know, to go and speak to them both. The woman, bless her, she was, there we are, completely shook up, okay? So anyway, so, you know, and I just said to her, I said, would you like me to bring you, you know, like a cup of tea or something like that, do you know what I mean, to help her, you know what I mean? I'd got her a hot drink, like, you know what I mean? And the man, bless him, of course, he never meant to, do you see what I'm saying? Yes, okay, but was it the woman who was at fault? It could have been the woman, bless her, who was slightly at fault, okay? Because, you know, like when you're rushing and everything and you know, you got your burns and everything. Anyway, well, thankfully, it wasn't, you know, super duper terrible, okay? But anyway, we couldn't move the car, because I said, so I will help you move, because it's not the first car I've pushed my delicious babies. It was that damn flipping Mercedes. And I tell you what, and something happened, it conked out, didn't it? And me and my friend at the time, bless her, right? We had to push the flipping car up the flipping hill, my delicious babies. Not far, but bloody far enough, right? And then turn it left onto another road. And I just had to leave it there until I could get somebody to come and pick it up for me. Do you see what I mean? What a flipping nightmare. That flipping Mercedes, from the beginning to the flipping end, I was glad. I do not mean it nastily, my delicious babies, but I was glad to see the flipping damn well back of it. Do you understand what I mean? Okay, it was just a complete nightmare. I mean, my ex, you know, my beautiful baby daughter's dad, well, I mean, he's done plenty of mechanics in his time, do you know what I mean, okay? He did the work on the car, there we are, for me, you know, like what he did, he printed everything off, and then he had a good look through, because he'd never repaired a car like that before, do you see what I mean? So, yeah, but he saved me at least a monkey. You know, because I was getting quotes from different garages, and he says no. He said, no. He said, I'll get the part. I never had to pay him, by the way, either. Bless him, okay? So I never had to pay him. He said, no, I'll get the part. He said, no, I'll pick the part up. He said, and give me a few days, because obviously with him working as well, because he works a lot, bless him. And not in that way. And he said, then I'll come and repair the car for you. He said, I just need to see how it all... you know, works and everything. Do you see what I mean? Yeah, he saved me a monkey, my delicious little babies, because what happened was, ones wanted to charge me a monkey, which is 500, ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching squids, plus, you know, for this part as well, which was about 250 or something, yeah. But he saved me, well, yeah, I mean, he saved me, what, $750, didn't he? You know, bless him, because, you know, like I said, he's paid for all that for me, so bless him for doing that. Do you understand what I mean? Anyway, I offered to pay, but he said no. Do you know what I mean? He just wanted me to be safe in the car with our beautiful baby daughters, you know, because we needed it for school and everything, you know what I mean? Anyway, so yeah, what a flipping nightmare that was. But yeah, so what's my point? Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, older cars, I feel, there we are the best cars. Do you know what I mean? Okay? And of course, as we very well know, others have been gathering, let's just say, these cars up. My delicious little babies, do you see what I'm saying? Yes? And of course, when we had, over these years now, ones who were stealing parts from certain, from certain cars, my delicious little babies, and I tell you what, they're super duper flipping quick at what they do. Do you know what I mean? Okay? And then away they go. Well, you see, I heard something, because I said, and I remember saying this years back, and I said, you know something? I said, I reckon, I said, that some of these are going abroad. There we are. And flipping, I was right, wasn't I? Do you know what I mean? Because I heard something, and that was just the other day. I forgot where I flipping heard it. I wish I'd have wrote it. I just never wrote it down. Sometimes I look at that many videos, do you know what I mean? Mad delicious babes. And it said, yeah. And the parts, yeah. In different parts of the world, my delicious little babies. Do you see what I mean? Okay, it's like they're stolen. There we are, to order. Do you see what I mean? Okay, that's how they rock and roll this. Do you see what I mean? Okay, but they're so quick that by the time you get outside, they've gone. Do you know what I mean? And they're probably done on that road, you know, on a particular road, you know, probably 3 or 4, you know, in a matter of minutes. Cars, my delicious little babies, you know what I mean? Just removing certain parts. It takes you, there we are, forever, you know, when it goes in for repair to get that particular part. Do you see what I mean? Okay. But they were clearly, there we are, doing it for some reason. Do you see what I mean? But this has gone on for years, my delicious little babies. Anyway, so let me just give you these 2 pieces of advice. Yeah, I have a natter about all different things, there we are, my delicious little babies. Do you understand what I mean? I meet all different mankind. Do you know what I mean? So, but it's good just to talk, you know, just to catch up and just to see what's what, you know what I mean? But I was super duper happy that they're busy. Do you understand what I mean? Okay, but none of them like the newer cars. None of them. Do you see what I mean? Okay, and I bet if I spoke to another 10 mechanics, there we are, they'd be the same. Do you see? You just cannot beat the old-fashioned car, my delicious little babies, yeah? So, yeah, but that song, you know, what do I do? And then, you know, when I watched him pushing the car, I thought, gosh, yeah, I've pushed, what's another car that I've helped to push? A Cortina. I've helped to push a Cortina, my delicious babies. But every now and again, you see an older car. And when I see, there we are, a really older car, it does make me smile. There we are, it really makes me smile when I see it. Do you see what I mean? Okay, because it takes you back to, there we are, you know, memories. It's like here, before I finish now and change the subject and give out the information, just because if you remember the old-fashioned Mini, I mean, oh, it's so super duper tiny. You know what I mean? It's like made for one of the little shoe people. Do you know what I mean? I say shoe people, you know, sheeple, you know what I mean? But no, I'm joking. No, right? And it's super duper tiny, isn't it? Yes. Well, then, what was it? Was it BMW then? Going back there all them years ago. BMW, yeah, then they sort of made it a lot larger. Me personally, from the moment that I seen the BMW, right, and it, you know, BMW had merged or something, didn't they? You know what I mean? And then just turned it, the cute little, sweet little Mini, into something totally different. And what was worse is that there were lords, there we are, going out and buying them. They were effing everywhere. My delicious little babies, and the horrible things. And I've even got a dear friend of mine. Oh, they're such a beautiful little family. When was it now? It's got to be about a couple of years ago. He was driving another car. He'll know what the car I'm on about, yes? Yeah, because he took me to a funeral for the dear elderly lady over the back who I used to go and help. You see what I mean, okay? And this car happened to be like a latest, what it is, a Mini or something, yes, okay. And he said, oh, he said, Carla, he said, this is awful to drive. He said, I really just don't like this car at all. Do you see what I mean, my delicious babies? I said, well, I'm very thankful, you know, that you've collected me and then you could drop me off. Do you understand what I mean? And I says, but to be perfectly honest with you, I said, this would not be a car that I would buy. No. Do you see what I mean? But it is just lovely to see. I think probably in the past, 20, 30 years, I've probably seen 2 Capris, a couple of the really, really, really old-fashioned Escorts. Okay, my delicious little babies. But it just makes me smile because you just remember back all of those years. Do you see what I mean? All those decades, you know? But when you see what they've done now, nah. They try and make something look like it's quality, but no. Not a patch on the older, you know what I mean? Anyway, so I'm going to stop rambling on about that now then, my delicious little babies. But I do like to talk about cars. Oh, that's what I was going to tell you, yes. So that crash where I used to live, sorry, I was too busy rambling on about, yeah. So this tractor now, you know, I've got a brand new Gomboring harvester. Do you know what I mean? Right, anyway, so he starts to come around the island, my delicious little babies. So I stood in front and I was doing this to say, stop, can you stop for a minute, please? And about this time, the man had already gone. Okay, so his car wasn't as bad, okay? But the woman, well, we just couldn't move her car. So I said to her, the tractor man, I said, listen, could you please do me a favour? And I said, I'll be ever so thankful. And he said, what would you like me to do? And I said, can we see if we can move? I said, this dear woman's car now then. Because then by that time, somebody had come to collect her. Do you see what I mean, okay? Because like I say, she was very shook up. As I said, just so that we can move it out of the way, because what it was doing, it was obstructing, so it meant that the traffic was piling up. Do you see what I mean? Yes, okay, when otherwise it was just usually around that time very silent on the road, you see. And but bless him, he got out not in that way, he got out of his tractor, my delicious baby. I said, well, you could use your scoop, I said. He started to laugh. He said, what did you call it? I said, it's a scoop, isn't it? Right, you know, like a scoop. And he said, I forgot what he said it was now, but anyway, but he did laugh, you know what I mean? He says, I've never heard that one before. And I said, well, maybe with your scoop, I said, we can lift the car. Do you know what I mean? I said, and then sort of move it out the way. And I will tell you this, though. He did, like I said, he just got out the tractor, he did. And he took a look to see, and he got down on his hands and knees to look underneath, you know, to see if he could do it. And then he said to me, he says, you know what? He said, if I move it with my tractor, he says, then I could damage the car even more. Do you understand what I mean? Yes, okay. And he says, but honestly, he said, I would have really helped you. He says, because that's really nice of you, you know what I mean? He says, and you know, helping, you know, the dear woman and everything. Do you see what I mean? I said, all it was, I said, is because other cars cannot get past. Do you see what I mean? Okay. No, but he was, not in that way. He was a pleasant gentleman, you know what I mean? But he said he would have gladly helped me. Do you know what I mean? I was just trying to find a way to help the dear woman as well, bless her. Do you see what I'm saying? Anyway. So the 2 pieces that I've got today, my delicious little babies, are as follows. This uploader happens to have 6,065 subscribers, my delicious little babies, okay? Now then, the uploader, so search engine of your choice, my delicious little babies. These are all in capital letters, okay? It's 2 words separate. So it's censored, this is the uploader, my delicious little babies, censored space voices. Okay, my delicious little babies, so censored space voices, then space bar, bitches, then you should have reached your destination, okay? Now, oh yes, this is just over 9 minutes long, my delicious little babies, okay? And it should say the truth behind UK barbershops. Okay, my delicious little babies, so I'm just going to repeat that again for you, shall I? The truth behind UK barbershops. Okay, my delicious little babies, yes. There we are. I happen to know a lot about this, okay, my delicious little babies. And when he said, because there we are, like I said, I happen to know, okay, my delicious little babies, okay. And but yes, I mean, you cannot walk down where I used to live. Let me just add it up in my nozzle now, how many there are. So you got one there, one over there. I think there's three, all in a small part. My delicious little babies, where I used to live. Okay, not that place, it was somewhere else. My delicious little babies. I've moved 35 times in my life, like I've said on my videos, you know what I mean? It's like I'm a gypsy, you know what I mean, okay? Oh, anyway, not to worry, not to worry. These things happen, don't they? And, yeah. But they're everywhere. No joke. Do you know what I mean? And of course, I always say about anything, because, you know, you've got your genuine. Yes, you have. But you got the others where, there we are, it's like the barbershops, the front, there we are for something else, my delicious little babies. Do you see what I mean? To myself, there we are, ding, ding, dong, dong. It's common sense. Do you know what I mean? But like all of a sudden, there we are, they were popping up everywhere. Just like when you mentioned nail bars, yes, I know all about this, my delicious little babies. I do not know everything, there we are, but I know enough. And it wasn't so many years back that there was a raid, yeah. There were raids on the nail bars, my delicious little babies, do you know what I mean? And they were finding that for some, you know, their living conditions, bless, you know, above the shop, was not very nice at all, my delicious little babies. I do believe that even for some, there we are, there was not paid. There wasn't paid any ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching at all, my delicious little babies. It's just like from morning till night, just doing nails for nothing, my delicious little babies. You know, that all that funny stuff, you know, that they put on the nails, my delicious little babies. Okay, if you look at man, look, always in flipping water. Do you know what I mean? Okay, oh, they might grow at some point, my delicious. Anyway, I'm not too worried about it anyway. Yeah, but that was happening years ago, my delicious little babies. Do you see what I mean? Okay, so yeah. And if you look at a lot of the barbers anyway, I mean, you'll find the older barbers, there we are, the ones who have been around for years, a long time, they're usually, there we are, always super duper busy. But if you look at some, only some my delicious little babies, I've known it a long time, do you know what I mean? It's like, you know, there's usually only ever one in there, do you know what I mean? My delicious little babies, okay? And, I mean, even the price of, to get a haircut for a man. I mean, I remember, was it years and years ago, my delicious little babies, you only had to pay a father, ka-ching, to get your flipping barnet cut. Do you know what I mean, my delicious little babies? Now, what is it? I know somebody who pays 17, ka-ching, 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 17 squids to have a short back and sides, my delicious little babies. I mean, I just feel that that's flipping, there we are, very dear, my delicious little babies. You know what I mean? Okay? Even like to get my hair cut, I mean, you know, I try my best to find somebody that, you know, probably do it for 10 or 11 squids. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? You know what I mean? I do not see why I should have to pay more. No? Do you know what I mean? I just think it's extortionate. Do you see what I'm saying, my delicious little babies? And it's not that I'm a cheapskate. No, it isn't. But why go to somebody and pay, what, 20 or 30 quid to go and get a flipping cut and blur dry, right? When you can wash your hair yourself and just pay 10 or 11 quid? I see nothing wrong with that, my delicious little babies. Do you know what I mean? So it's not that I'm tight. I'm not tight at all. And anytime I have had my hair cut, I've always given a little tip all the time, my delicious little babies. Do you know what I mean? It's like with the drivers, you know. If they're a decent driver and they help me with my bags or something, I'll give them a tip. Do you see what I mean? I see nothing wrong with that. That's why we've got to keep cash flowing, my delicious little babies, yes. Now then, so that's the truth behind the barbershops. Okay, my delicious little babies, now finally. This is just over 5 minutes long, my delicious little babies. The search engine of your choice. This is the upload of my delicious little babies. The space truth space about space cancer. Okay, my delicious little babies. So the space truth space about space cancer. Okay, my delicious little babies. This upload happens to have 2,989 subscribers, my delicious little babies. So it's the truth about cancer, then space bar BitChute. Then you should have reached your destination. Now what you need to do is go on to health and medical. It's under health and medical, my delicious little babies, okay? Like I said, just over 5 minutes long. Yeah, very interesting. It should read, this video, how Big Pharma pays doctors to push chemotherapy, my delicious little babies, okay? So I'll just repeat that again for you, shall I? How Big Pharma pays doctors to push chemotherapy. Now, I happened to be interviewing this Indian doctor, my delicious little babies. Oh, yeah, he explained it. There we are. He explained it all right, my delicious little babies. Do you see? Big time. He explained it, my delicious little babies. Do you see? Okay. There we are. Well worth a listen to that, my delicious little babies, okay? Anyway, so that's the end of my video, okay? So whether it's morning, afternoon or evening, wherever you are, please have a super duper delicious time. You only get one life, my little beautifuls that you all are, okay? And if it is evening time, and you know, because it's getting later now, so night, sleep tight, watch the bedbugs, don't bite. Okay, and so much love to you all. Thank you so very much for listening to any of my videos, for any views, or for any likes, and for the occasional comments. Thank you, and how I love you. There we are, also, okay? And sending peace, love, harmony, and bright blessings to each and every one of you. May your beautiful little selves and your beautiful little families, there we are, all be fully protected, okay? So until my next video, to you all, so much love. You just please look after yourselves now, okay? And please continue to lift that vibration, my little beautifuls, okay? So you just take care. Love ya. Goodbye.